video out a while ago showing how you can make these. And it is actually really, really easy to make them. And they look great at Christmas time or around the house for decorations, but they also look brilliant on your craft fair on a stall just as some decoration. But I want to make some smaller ones and try a slightly different technique. I always start with a balloon. Now, I seem to only have large balloons. You can get smaller ones, but these ones are quite good quality, so they don't tend to burst too easily. And what I'm going to do is to make a smaller one of these, I'm going to put a bit of air into one like that, and then pull that air right the way down into that balloon like that, and then tie it off. So that will give me a much smaller sphere to start with. I've already done 2 others because I'm going to make 3, but you can make as many as you want using this technique. So what we also need is some twine. Now I'm going to be using some coloured twine. I don't know if it's going to work out with the coloured twine or not, but I'm going to give it a go. And if it doesn't, then I'll spray it afterwards, as I showed in my previous video. So I've decided to make 4 because I found another twine that I didn't know I had, and I want to try it with that. And I also want to try it with some wool to see how that worked out. What you're going to need now is some white glue. Now this is quite messy, let me tell you, alright? But it's sometimes a little bit fun. So you're going to need some white glue like that. And that can be just normal glue. That can be normal school glue. Now that is too thick for what I want to do. So what I'm going to do is add some water to that. And always use cold water, never use warm. So I don't want too much, but I want to thin it down a little bit. Give that a good mix in. You could wear gloves while you're doing this, nitrile gloves. I'm not going to. This is not harmful, this PVA glue. It's what they use in schools and things like that. As long as you've not got any allergies to it, then you should be fine. It just comes off your hands in the end. So let's mix that nicely now. And what I'm going to do is have my string to one side, but I want to pull this through and get it into my glue. And you are going to need quite a lot of string, and I'll get that soaking in my glue so it's really soaking up that glue really well. And there's a really important part that you've got to do as well, which I'll show you at the end. But that should be enough for one. I've got my end hanging out as well, and then when that's in there, I'll just give it a quick spray with some water. So first one I'm going to do is this one. Now what you want to do is make sure that you've got hold of the knot and get your string and put that there with your thumb and finger. And now all you do is pull this string out of here and wrap that round your piece in random patterns. And the more you put on, the stronger it will become once it's dry. And you'll be surprised how well it will be sticking. Now don't pull this too tight. You don't need to have it too tight. And if you see a gap, then try and fill that gap. I'll cut so much more string than I needed to. So when you think you've got enough on there, cut your string off like that and hide your end under a piece or just push it on like that. And now the reason you need to hold this is because that is how you're going to dry it up like that. And it is going to take a couple of days to dry. And I find the easiest way to dry it is pop a bit of string on the bottom like that. Let's double knot that so it doesn't come off. Get quite a bit of length there. And then hang that somewhere with something underneath to allow it to drip onto it if it needs to drip, or just to dry. So now I've got my twine in here, and this is a thicker twine, so it's going to have absorbed an awful lot more of the glue, and I don't want that to be really that saturated on there because it's going to take so much longer to dry. So all I'm doing is running my fingers through the twine to get rid of all the excess and then putting it on my work surface. And it's going to take a lot less time to dry. And also you're ensuring that it is all the way through your twine as well, because you're pushing it through as you're bringing it through your fingers and thumb. There we go. So once again, I'm going to start off with this at the bottom and then randomly put this over everywhere. And that should do. And if you want to pull some bits around and put them somewhere else just to cover up a gap, you can move this around a little bit. So there we go. That's that one. And now what I'm going to do is hang that up and let that dry and finish off the other two. When they're dry, I'll come back and I'll show you how I finish them off, and we can have a look and see how well they've come out. These have all cured. They cured in about, or dried in about 3 hours. It is so hot here at the moment today. So what I did was I hung them outside on the washing line. And they just cured really, really quickly. Now, the ones where I used a lot less glue, where I squeezed it out, they're not as solid as this one where I didn't. And this one, I used a lot more wool, and as a result, it is solid. The balloons have started to go down, probably because they were out in the heat. Now, what you'll find is some of the glue will get in between the larger gaps and create like a film or a skin. But all you need to do is go through that with a little brush, and that will get rid of that. Look, there's one there. So just pop that off with a little brush. You can use a pair of tweezers if you want to pull them off with as well. So I'm going to take this balloon out. It's easy to do. All you need to do is either pop it like that so it goes down completely, and then if it's stuck anywhere on the actual things, that shouldn't be a problem. Just pull it out, and there we go. You've got your finished piece. I like to spray these. See, there's a bit there, look, that needs coming out. Just pull it out with a pair of tweezers. I like to spray these with some spray, and I'm also going to show you how to finish them off so they go really hard like this. So what I'm going to do is give these a quick spray. I'm not going to spray this one. I'm going to leave that one black and white, but I am going to spray these two. I might leave that one as it is as well. So I might leave that one the colour it is. So I'm just going to pop that balloon or get the air out of it. There we go. So that one's all done. And that is quite firm, but it needs firming up a little bit more. So I'll show you how to do that in a second. Well, these are all nice and dry now, and they're ready for me to put the last thing on them. And what I'm going to be using is a clear gloss varnish. Now, I prefer the yacht varnish. It's an all-purpose spray with long-lasting protection for interior and exterior use, and it's tough and durable, and it really is. So give it a good shake. And this isn't sponsored in any way by them. They don't know I even exist. So what I'm going to do is spray these quite close and quite well, and making sure it goes through the inside and the outside of it. And it will do. And making sure everything is completely covered. And then just put it to one side to dry. And I shall go over all of them like that. And it's at this stage, if you want to make them a bit glittery, that you can. Because it's still sticky, what you can do is sprinkle some glitter over it, making sure you get an even coat all over, and then go over it quickly with another spray to seal that glitter in, and then let them dry. These are all nice and dry now, and that one is still really nice and sparkly with the glitter on, so when the light hits that, that's going to be sparkly. And they've all gone lovely and hard. So now with the bowls that I made out of sawdust, I can put these in on a craft fair, or I can add some string to them and have them as Christmas decorations hanging on the tree, or just decorations. You could also put LED lights inside those and have a string of lights. I hope you've enjoyed that. Such a simple project. Great one for the kids, especially if it's a hot day because they dry so quickly. Be sure to check out the video I've got coming up next if you want to learn a great upcycle that is really useful. Boot the like button, hit the subscribe button, but most of all, enjoy your crafting. Take care. Bye.